We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Grab that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about. Yeah.
What we're going to be moving on to right now is the full MCU reveal at San Diego.
Wait.
You got that right?
Oh, so we
Wait. Does anyone need a re-up? Because I definitely need a re-up. My tequila and rum is done.
Yeah, man. Read us up, man.
Okay.
Read us up. Take everyone's cups, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man.
My shit is no.
Yeah,
Just
man.
leave it there. I'm bringing the bottles.
Nah, man. Take it with you, bro.
Oh,
Take it with
I
you.
can't. There's too many
Hey,
cups.
bro, I think you can make it work, you know.
No,
You can, man.
That's
you can,
crazy.
bro. I know you can.
No,
Look,
it's time you gotta finish your shit, bro.
you can make it work, bro. It's only 3 cups, bro.
No, that's four. Cause I got tequila still.
So there's 5 cups.
Where's your tequila?
You got.
That's what I'm saying. There's
You-
not
you
enough.
can- bro, you
No,
can carry those,
bro,
bro.
I can't carry everything, bro.
You can.
Where's your tequila,
Bro,
son?
have we got the 17-minute?
We haven't did.
Yeah.
Your tequila's over there.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry.
You haven't drank.
No. How's it working now?
You're good, man. You got this.
This is
No, don't run it yet. We're gonna wait for Geek Sensei to come back.
this is mad.
What? Sam! That's crazy! That's crazy, Sam! That's crazy, Sam! What? The trailer, what? It's nuts! I guess no one's getting any drinks there. It's nuts.
It was rocking right from the
Brought
start.
it.
Hey, come on! Come on! Hey! Banger!
Just know I'm getting fucked up in your wedding, bro. I'm fucked up.
Come on!
Bro, that's fucked up. That you wait for me to leave. Bro, I swear, bro. We're gonna drag you out of your wedding.
It was sweet. I'm not going, bro. I'm the best man. I'm making it all work.
Bro.
That song was a banger still.
Oh, yeah, come on, Captain America, break
Welcome,
the work.
everybody. Good to see ya.
Yo, chill out, bro. Anthony Mackie's talking.
Hey,
Wait for me
Anthony.
to leave. Gee, that's
Anthony, a few
something
years
about
ago,
that.
Tom
Right.
Holland made a joke about how you don't have your own Falcon movie. What would you say to him now?
Well, he said, I didn't have a movie. And I said, well, you're not 5'11".
Wait,
See what I'm talking about? I got a movie, but he ain't gonna be 5'11", though.
Anthony, unlike Steve Rogers, Sam doesn't have the super soldier serum. How does Sam's lack of superpowers affect your approach to the action scenes?
Sam is surrounded by a host of very good, intricate characters that help him move through the plot of the story. He's not so much a muscle-bound guy. He's more of a cerebral, thoughtful character.
Tim, it's been 16 years since you first played this role. What's different about the leader this time around?
Lido.
I really
He's going to be the one that made Red Hulk 100%.
sick actor.
I really can't say much because
Say it. Give it to him, Tim. Give it to him.
no spoilers. I want them to bring me back.
Now, Danny, you're no stranger to the skies. Can you share anything about the
It's
sequences
nuts, bro.
in this
They're making a
film?
new
How are
focus,
those
bro.
wings, and what's the secret to looking cool while flying
exactly.
through the air?
Well, that's one of the first times I hear it out loud too, said in the public. But I feel at home in the skies, and so it's cool to take these wings that have gone through many iterations and some wear and tear for years and years. I thought they also came with knee braces too because they're a little bit older, but.
Hey, Giancarlo.
I went back to watch the Winter Soldier series, and it's like, he's in every episode, bro. Like, he's the best, bro. He's actually, bro, I don't know how.
Now, you've been talking about wanting to join the MCU for a while. What does it mean to finally step into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
You know, it's like a dream come true. When your dreams come true and you get the call, you walk through the door. But to be with this cast, especially Anthony Mackie, who brings it every single time in every way that he possibly can. Can I say it? I am. Can I say it? I can say it. Wow. Can finally unleash it. I am the king of the Serpent Society. I am Seth Volker. Sign! Sidewinder.
I love that for him, you know.
Right,
That's a load off my
you know what
shoulder.
it is? It's the action that I want to see.
I like that he gets to use his own character. Remember a time ago, they used the Circle Society movie and changed.
That's Harrison Ford. Tell Tom Holland I got Harrison
Wait.
Ford. Tell Tom Holland I got.
You said I got Harrison Ford.
Tom Holland's been trying to get Harrison Ford for time. Still.
It's been like this for a long time.
President!
Yeah.
But this is a character that's based on a lot of history, and I am delighted, and I am proud to become a member of the Marvel Universe.
Come on.
Cast of Captain America, Brave New World. Thank you.
Tim Blake Nelson, Giancarl Esposito, Danny Ramirez, Harrison Ford. It's going down, man, baby. We got him. We got him. We got him.
After Harrison Ford and the Brave New World crew tore down the house, it was on to Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts.
Rob, it worked. Jeez! Harbinger, we was talking about that earlier. Oh my shit! Red
San Diego Comic-Con! It is I, Alexei Shostakov!
Come on!
I've come here today to introduce you to the brand new team of heroes in the MCU!
Oh
my God. You guys didn't dress up? Well, thank you, but I'm out of here. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. God, Florence Pugh. You think that girl has your back and she just
Hey, Sebastian. Sebastian, it's been over 13 years, 8 movie appearances, a live-action series. You're a Marvel veteran at this point. What stands out for you about Thunderbolts?
Not David Harbour. This one, I think.
Everyone's
this one right here.
Florence Pugh, yeah? That's what happens when you get a Nolan movie.
Florence, a lot of these characters don't necessarily play well with others. What can you tell us about the team dynamic?
Oh, but that's the joy of watching them together, is that they don't play well together. In terms of their dynamics, I mean, we had a real ride because we actually loved working with each other, and we clearly understand each other because we've all accidentally matched, bar Lewis.
So Geraldine and Lewis, welcome to the MCU. What can you tell us? What can you tell us about the characters you play?
I mean, I'm sure you understand the challenges and the weight and responsibility of a 3-letter name, right?
Yeah.
Rob, Bob. I'm sure that you know as much as I do about Bob.
Okay, terrific. Hannah, what can you say about your character's heel turn?
Coming back and working with such incredible actors and characters as well, it's been such an honor and a pleasure. And where we left Ava and where we find Ava and how she works with others is going to be interesting.
All right. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Rob.
We've seen hints. We've seen hints of Valentina as a sly puppet master working behind the scenes. But we'll see a lot more of her in this movie. What is she after?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked me that question. Valentina, is after power, control, and I would say just generally wants to kick ass in the Marvel Universe. I think that's a good answer.
I like it. Hey, Wyatt, what can you tease about your character in Thunderbolts?
That everyone's gonna love me.
I thought this was going to be like...
I don't know, Rob. I get put up on this stage. I feel like, Kevin, this is a recurring thing. I just say I don't know, and you have some pure joy out of me having no clue what to say. And so whatever comes out and you guys watch and you guys see on film was one of my favorite experiences that I've ever had working, just being with a group of great people. And that, I hope, comes through, honestly.
Aww. I mean, I want to reiterate what Wyatt said about this group of people. I had one of the greatest experiences of my life working on this movie as well. They're all wonderful, but I do have a favorite. and her name is Florence Pugh. And I think she's this up-and-coming actress. You may hear more about her in the future. But we do get to go to a lot of great places, and it was truly such a joy to work with these people, and I'm really proud of what we did.
She better be After Thunderbolts, we're on to the third film of 2025, Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Whoa! Whoa!
By the way, this is the first time, all in public, Marvel's first family.
Just put a hand for the band. Come on, bro.
All right. And you journeyed through the decades with WandaVision, and we know that Fantastic Four...
WandaVision had directed every episode.
And we know that Fantastic Four is set in a version of 1960s New York. Were there any 60s details you wanted to make sure to include?
I mean, the same approach to powers. We want to do our research. We want to be authentic. We want to bring it to life in a very real way. But at the same time, we also are not doing just the 60s, right? We're doing a retro future 60s. So a lot of it was about finding inspiration from the futurists of that time, especially Sid Mead, and using that as sort of inspiration to build a whole new world that is part the New York that you know from the 60s and something you've never seen before.
Hey, Pedro, you've had a role in some pretty... You've had a role in some pretty impressive nerd franchises. What feels different about joining the MCU?
I was hoping
new family.
Bro, do you know what? Yeah, I love Pedro Pascal. Yeah,
nobody knows that Matt and I have known each other for like 25 years. And we started with the same talent manager, actually, and he almost became my roommate in 1999, but he came and he saw the place and was like, yeah, I'm good. So that's different.
I just feel like he could have been different.
That's a true story, yep.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Vanessa and Joseph, you two play siblings. Did you do any brother-sister bonding to prepare?
Well, we're both the only Brits in the cast, aren't we, pretty much?
That's the truth.
So we're going to get down the pub and make everyone come with us, because we're filming in London, aren't we? And we're the Londoners, so we've got to show everyone a good time.
Seems only right, yes.
What part of London?
Right on. Hey, Eben, we're here in Hall H with some MCU veterans. Did you get any advice from fellow Marvel actors about joining the MCU?
They got the look, they got it. That's why I like it, because you can't even see
good question, Rob. I did, you know what, actually, I did, this is going to be a boring, fairly earnest answer, but I got a really nice text message from Mark Ruffalo because, you know, to sort of demystify the process of motion capture, and because it's something I've never really done before. I was a bit scared of the technology, and just sort of saying, it's just like, you know, making scenes like, you know, normal scene work. So, that was really nice.
That's very nice. Hey, Joseph, with the 60-plus years legacy of this title, and this being Marvel Studios' first venture with these characters, what's one thing you hope to bring out from your character that fans could be excited for?
Evan? What am I going to bring to it? I think we're all collectively going to bring an essence that is a family, rather than thinking about what we individually are going to bring. It's a team sport, this, and we're all going to work very hard to bring a feeling of a family to this film.
If he just
That's what it needs.
Everyone would have went nuts.
I got a question for Vanessa.
He should have just went, what are you going to bring? Flame
on!
Bro!
You just embrace
That's all he had to say right there.
So much, and it's so beautiful to be at work.
You're the young,
and, you know, we're
you're the young gunner.
Flame
on! I know, he's from London, he's trying to be reserved.
We want to do it justice.
Flame on, my
guy. Reading the comics from the
Flame
60s and all the way up, and seeing this family that has traveled with so many people in life, and feel so honored to be, a part of it, and but to laugh through it, which I hope we can capture in the movie, because when you read the comics, it's got such joy in it, and so I think we can all say we've laughed a lot. We've cried with laughter many days, so hopefully we can bring that to the movies.
But you start shooting on Monday back in the UK. Don't you have to get the...
We got to go.
Yeah. On the plane tonight.
They literally have to fly back, but the good thing about that is they have their own fantastic car, which will take them back to the UK, hopefully, very, very quickly.
So everyone now wants to get in, but now it's not popular. Like I said, you're joining at a low point. But what these lot are all going to do is get in at the right revitalization, and they're gonna have the same issue. Marvel's gonna have the same issue with these, man, as it did right
now. To London to start shooting.
Oh, we gotta re-up your contract 20 times now. Bro, I heard that.
Oh, but it didn't end with the films of 2025. Kevin still had some surprises in store.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, Joe and Anthony Russo.
Let's get there. It's nuts. What's this?
When we directed
Look at these,
Avengers Endgame, Joe and I truly believed that it was the end of the road for us in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because we had put all of our passion, all our love, all our imagination into The Winter Soldier, into Civil War, into Infinity War, climaxing all of it with Avengers Endgame.
He was expecting more cheers. He was, but it's been so long.
That 4-movie run was incredible, and it left us creatively spent with all of our emotions on the floor. In the time since,
I don't believe where you've been at Netflix.
Through a very special story, Joe and I have come to potentially see a road forward with you all.
He's setting the stage. This is like the James. No, this is the James Gunn announcement.
And it's the biggest story that Marvel Comics ever told. It's
that we've got a story made.
First comic book run that I read as a kid that made me fall in love with comics. It's the reason that Anthony and I are standing up here. And I think you all know the name of it.
The name is... Look, as fans of the comic know, Secret Wars is incredibly ambitious. The magnitude of the filmmaking, the vastness of the storytelling, world-colliding epicness, all of this made Joe and I understand that we would need to make another essential movie first in order for all of us to be ready for Secret Wars.
Yep, there is one very, very important character that is required, and it could be the most important character in all of the Marvel universe.
They're directing this one.
They're directing both. They're directing both.
They have to. They have to. Look at this guy. 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 Look at what hairs. Full villain.
Come on.
Villain.
I'm gassed. I'm gassed. I'm so gassed, bro.
Let me put the glasses on, bro. You make me sick. Yeah, but I love it. I love it. Come on.
New mask.
Same task.
Same task.
Come
what can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
Let's go! Let's go!
We say this for time.
Come on, bro.
That's it.
Come on.
Bad, man.
All right.
Man. It's crazy to me.
Like Robert said, new mask, same task. And the task for all of us, including everybody in this room together, is for us to help create the greatest possible experience that we can all have together in a movie theater. So let's get to it. Bring your imagination, your love, and your passion, and we will see you in 2 years with Doomsday.
Thank you very much.
The offer was
Yo, I was not kidding. It was so incredibly loud. It was wonderful, fantastic. We're going to assemble for so much more in time. Make sure you're following Marvel across all social media for all the updates. I'm Ryan. This is Marvel, your universe.
Yeah, I think I'll buy a stretch and put things in between.
Stop that.
I don't think there's enough time, though.
What do you mean?
Because if there are ones in May, I would only assume there's only going to be one more movie beginning of the year.
Even if there's not, bro. Me personally, I don't even care if it's... Think about this. We just went a whole year and we only got Deadpool and Wolverine. So if they have all of these movies come out, Captain America, boom, boom, like there's a lead up, and then they have that, and then there's nothing, and then that. That's the best 1-2 punch ever. But if they throw something else in between that, that's $1 billion movie waiting to happen, especially if it's Spider-Man 4. Do you get what I'm saying? You bang Spider-Man 4 in between those two Avenger movies, Spider-Man being the bridge where Doomsday's back and it's Tony, and Spider-Man sees him and he's like, yo, that's Tony. No, that's Victor. Boom. Yes.
Deadpool, sorry.
See, this is for me, at this point, Deadpool's got to be removed. Because he's too serious. I mean, he's too jokey. Okay. And this is why you level it up with Spider-Man. So, boom. Hear me.
Deadpool?
Hear me on this. Spider-Man, Deadpool and Wolverine have been talking about wanting Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So in the next Deadpool and Wolverine movie, you throw Tom Holland in.
Boom.
And then you transfer the Marvel Jesus thing, like they've been trying to do, to Tom again. So they tried to do it in Doctor Strange 2, and then they do it again here, and then he does his fourth movie in between. And you know how important Spider-Man is to Secret Wars. It's him. It's only, it's really about Spider-Man.
And since we're not getting any Venom anymore...
Boom! So you make Spider-Man the bridge, where it's like, oh, he takes the responsibility of Deadpool, because Deadpool's too jokey, and we can't have it. And then, obviously, you put him up against his actual mentor and now nemesis, which, what does that do to Tom Holland? It makes him grow up very quickly and become almost the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that we've had in Spider-Man 2. Bear in mind the time gap from the last time we've seen Tom Holland to the next time we see Tom Holland, he's gonna be a good 29. Starting to look like a bit of a manny Peter Parker. I think that's what we need.
So,
do you know what I'm saying?
So, going back to the comments of Tom Holland saying, I don't want to be Spider-Man forever. How does this look like these men clapping?
He recanted.
I mean, Tom Holland's a small boy. He doesn't know what he's saying.
He already recanted.
That was time ago. And that's what I'm saying. It's just the fact that when he got the contract and after going through it, he thinks that he can say these things. Chris Hemsworth said something very similar. You know what I'm saying? Like earlier on, even Hugh Jackman said something like, "Oh, I think I'm done playing Wolverine." I'm done playing Wolverine, and it's like
you're never done.
They don't understand the responsibility. And it's okay that they don't understand the responsibility because they actually never grew up in the team.
Right.
We understand it.
Right.
And we try to express it to them. And now, today, they're starting to get it. We are in for life. This is our thing. You only pass on the mantle. It's the same as in the comic books. Yes. You're still it. Like Chris Evans here. Chris Evans, bro. It's like, I never want to see him come back as Cap. But I do want to see him come back as Old Man Cap. Do you know what I'm saying? There are still roles for him to do. They're not in the next 10 years unless they're cameos, but it's there, bro. So he's
the pinnacle of it.
That's how the team works. Now, in terms of Robert Downey Jr. returning as Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark, Victor Von Doom, I love it. Now, a couple man have been on to me on X like, yo, he's not coming back as Tony, he's coming back as Victor. And what I say to you is, you are incorrect. Universal law. Tony Stark's Tony Stark. But in parallel universe where Tony Stark goes bad, he may have another name. That does not then make him not Tony Stark. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, don't see the name Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom and be like, these are different guys. If Tony had a traumatic childhood and then got parents died, like let's say Winter Soldier killed his parents. And then he moved to wherever, Latvia, where he, in another timeline, dropped bombs. Instead of didn't drop bombs, produced bombs and dropped them somewhere else. He now becomes what? Victor Von Doom, the war merchant who fought back against America. That's still Tony Stark, my guy. Like, instead of him being in a cave, he was in a building in a country that was war-stricken. This is why I love it, because my whole narrative of Tony's always been the villain. It's like, now they're not giving us that world where he's the villain, because he was the villain, but they're giving us the world where his actions become villainous. Do you know what I'm saying? And that just means he's only where we are on the other side, not him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, when he made Ultron, he was the enemy then, but we was on his team. So we're like, yo.
Yeah, honestly, through Bat's perspective.
Exactly. And now it's going to be the other perspective. And I really am interested in how they're going to introduce him.
Because I was going to say, what if it's now the opposite, where man's the villain, but he's actually the good guy, as in like Thanos?
That's the only way it's got to be. That's the only way it's got to be. And one of the things that I was thinking about is that, like, do you know why I love this? Is because the only villain from the rules the MCU has made, the only villain that could trump Thanos is actually Tony. It's actually Tony. Do you know why? Because Thanos, Yes, because think about this. Doctor Strange, 14 million timelines. And what did we say at the time? I told you, man, Doctor Strange killed Tony because Tony's the villain. In all them timelines, I bet you all he saw was villainous Tony, villainous Tony, villainous Tony. So For us to survive, Tony has to die in this timeline. Because if he doesn't, he lives. You die a hero or what? You live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Now, give us the timeline where his villain arc was this long. I mean, his hero arc was this long. And his villain arc was as long as his hero arc. He becomes Victor Von Doom overnight, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, even when I saw him put out the mask and I saw, there's an image of him with the Iron Man mask in 2008 and him with the Victor Von Doom mask. It's the same mask, bro.
Yeah.
And I know they did that on purpose, but I love how they have alchemized that situation, bro. Like, in this MCU, it could only be Tony, bro. And I love that how they got it, bro.
You know how much I love about this year? Because, you know, if we go back to all of our videos from back, even with Discord, Disagreeing, Team Cap, Team Iron Man, if you follow the story, yeah, this makes so much sense what is being said today. You can go back to our previous videos, pre-COVID, we've been saying these things, and it makes so much sense. Like, you going back to Iron Man Nightmares, his beef with Cap, it only makes sense for him to be Dr. Doom today. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it all adds up. And even the fact that we don't love Endgame. Endgame adds to this today. Because where we left off at Civil War, Thanos was right. But guess what? Infinity War, sorry. But you, man, was so adamant. You want to hold on so much to that. Guess what? This is the outcome of it.
It's inevitable.
And guess what?
It's inevitable.
He's dead. He's dead of it. And guess what? Going back to Doctor Strange, all the variants. What did he say? This was the only outcome. Bro, he's holding Peter in his arms. Like, this is the guy who sold arms to the world, yeah? And then was in a cave, hold the whole thing and be like, yo, I got to change the whole thing. And then you hold Pete. What did he tell? He told Peter, yo, don't come to this thing. What did Peter do? He came because Peter Parker, your friend in neighborhood, he's got to do the right thing. He comes through the whole thing and he's like, yo, okay, I knight you, you're Avenger. But I don't want you here. 2-2s, I'm Mr. Stark. I don't feel well. The snap. Guys, put the time. I know this might have not been planned, but we can pick bits from the comics, bit from the MCU, and we can alchemize and make it better. This is why it makes so much sense for Tony to be Dr. Von Doom, Victor Von Doom. Because he was there. He saw out of all the Avengers, who saw the Nightmare? He did. He might not be right. He might not be right. It was his company that sold the weapons. Steve was frozen. He had the right energy. And he came, yo, the whole, what's the
Tesseract.
The country that got
Sokovia.
Sokovia. Put the things together. It makes sense for him to be this guy today.
There's one clip that producer Sash posted, yeah, that has been hitting so hard for me, yeah. It's Warmonger. You see Warmonger? The guy who's running Tony's company.
Yeah. The old guy. The
old guy. Where he's talking to the scientist and he's like, Tony Stark made this in a cave with scraps. Do you know how hard that hits now?
Bro.
Differently. Do you know how differently that hits now? Because imagine that, yeah. If Tony Stark, let's say we switch into Doctor Doom's world, the Avengers is trying to stop Tony. And that's what he says to him. He's like, yo, Tony Stark, who's the biggest villain on the planet, made this shit in a cave with scraps. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
That's how on the back foot the Avengers are in that timeline. Like, that's scary shit, bro. That is scary shit, bro. To think in that timeline, in Victor Von Doom's timeline, potentially, I don't know if this is right, but this is just me like, yo, I'm taking our timeline and I'm comparing it to the timeline that you're saying we've got a 2012 undo. That means in 2008, Victor's in a cave with scraps. He makes the first Doom suit. And then coalesces probably half of America. Bro, just thinking about that timeline is dirty work. Then thinking about his next project, Marks 1 through 15, bro. Then thinking about what does Doom's Ultron program look like. But then when you look at him on 2024 on stage, all the Ultron suits are behind him. And they're man-made. And they're man-operated. The same thing that Whiplash was complaining about with the Automobots in Iron Man 2. You, man, do not understand how these lot have said, look at these films, look at this. Bruv, it is done, bro. Like, and I've seen so many people being like, oh, this means Tony's death means nothing. Do you know what, yeah?
What?
It
was Deadpool.
Yeah, bruv. It doesn't touches that at all, bro. Deadpool had like...
Yeah, open my eyes.
Do you know what? It's not always the scenario. Do you know what?
No, it's not.
No, I rate it because in most situations, you can't do it.
Exactly.
You can't, but
and then,
you can't retcon a death on the same timeline with the same character. But when you have set up multiple timelines, multiple variants with jump timelines, you can definitely have a prime character be an also prime Nexus character, which makes them the same one character across you. This is why it's hard.
And when I was watching Deadpool, God knows how many times I've watched it now, and I was I don't know if they saw Spider-Man, because obviously I don't know if we've been saying this for time, but I've been thinking it. Like, even though his Nexus event's that, oh, his dad's got to die, what if your Nexus event, you can change that from, like I said, a prime... A prime Saturn. So, in another timeline, when I saw Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom, I was like, there's no way I could be angry about that. Like, for me, I don't feel like it's stunt...
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't feel like it's stunt casting at all, because it's
not.
almost like...
It's not.
You just mirrored the thing. That's what I'm like...
It's not stunt casting.
In our prime, what do we call it, sacred timeline, we say Tony's the villain. Look what he's done. If you proper look at it,
he's the villain.
Mad.
Yeah, he's the villain.
But if you mirrored that and you gave him Doom, and his timeline, what if he's doing everything correct?
He is, and you know what I'm saying, bro. That's
what's so beautiful.
That's what man has been saying.
And then they say that
the birth from time. That's what man's been saying.
Our timeline, it's like, oh,
the parallel of the situation is we are look. This is the only thing that they've done. We're on Tony's side and he's a hero. We're not on Tony's side and he's a villain. You, man. The reason I always say Tony's a villain is because I do not identify with Tony Stark's ideals and the way he manages situations. I personally identify with Caps. Do you know what I'm saying? The safest hands are our own. I will always know what's right and wrong personally. But when it comes from somebody else, I am unaware of motive. Tony says... No, I can, no, Tony don't even say that. I can produce the weapon and I don't care who uses it. That's what Tony Stark does. I made the bomb. I sent it to America. They blow up Iran. I make the bomb. I sent it to Iran. They blow up me. I make the suit. I blow up everyone. Then now I've got the suit. I'm going to protect everyone because I've got suits. Now he makes suits and what do? Hurt everyone. Because what he's trying to stop, he can't because it's him. He is his hubris. That's why he is Doom. Like, bruv, it's so simple. It's so simple, and it's like, do you know what? Yeah, we've been doing this for time. We never once even and maybe it's because we are so solidified and Tony's already a villain that we would never be like, they'll make Tony the villain. But they're watching the Cybermen and they're like, them guys say he's the villain every day. Make him the villain. And bruv, and this is why I know these man watch us. We already know. But bruv, this is such beautiful.
It's
just
a beauty.
full circle
It's
thing.
a beauty because you see when we sit on the sofa, you see your arguments, valid. And you see, because at the time we had Cap versus thing, and we all argue. And it's not like to say who's right or wrong.
No, I'm right. Tony's supporters are wrong. Yes!
Yeah,
and my vindication's here.
Yes.
I'm not trying to hear nothing.
It's
Team Cap forever.
Yes.
Tony's the villain.
But it's for those who
No, it's not. No, it's not.
For those because people see
you was Team Iron Man.
Yes.
So you was wrong as well.
Yes. Because it depends on how people are seeing things.
It don't. They only see how it's presented. Right. That's why they're upset that he's bad. Because it's like, no. You told me he was good. You told me Tony was good. You told me Tony was a good guy. He can't be bad. Like, he died a hero.
With Thanos, you told me he was bad.
You told me he was bad. Jay said he was good the whole time, but I never listened. Jay said he was right. Jay said Magneto was right. We didn't listen. And now you're making him bad. So they was right all along. Yes, bro, because we don't watch with bias or judgment. We identify with who we identify with.
Look at the first 2 minutes of Endgame.
Bruv.
Bro, when I watch this again, these men run up in man's house, hold him down,
and chop his head off.
Bro,
it's an assassination.
Is that what her heroes act?
No.
I've never seen it. I'm like, this is mad. It's not. After watching Endgame, Infinity War X minute times, then go and watch Endgame with new eyes. I'm like,
Thanos has been the hero. Listen, Thanos woke up one day and said the universe is fucked, and the people I've sent out to help me fix it can't do it. I've got to go do it myself. I allowed the end of 4, putting his hand, I've got to do this myself, and then goes and does it, creates the world we need, and then Ant-Man, you man get together and we're a bunch of losers. We lost in the finals 5 years ago.
So
we're gonna make a super team and we're gonna do all this illegal shit. And now look what you done fucking with the timeline. You're God. You're Jesus. I hope they remember you. Oh, you gonna remember this motherfucker right now. Because he's about to come back and be worse than Thanos. And that's what I want. Because you're really gonna see how chill Thanos was now. You're really gonna see that. Because I believe they're gonna go
Von Doom is a different level.
To the wall with Doom. Because they have to, bro. They have to. And it's like, because Tony's human, or Von Doom's human, exactly. His humanity is going to be on 0. His humanity is going to be on 0. He's clapping everything. Thanos, he comes every time and he tells you, man, I've got nothing against you, man, personally. It's not this, it's not that. Okay, you're annoying me, I'm going to bang you up. But, bruv, he just comes on business. Doom's not coming on business. Doom's coming on real crud. Like, I actually believe this might be the first real villain we've actually seen, bro. Like, fully, besides Red Skull, he was a demon, but we didn't get to play with him.
I was going to say we didn't get to as well.
Ultron was a demon, but Ultron's Tony.
Yeah, but Ultron's
Tony.
Yeah, but Ultron
said I was going to say, man was allowed to
No, it's not even. That's after he's Tony.
Yeah, he went out to France.
Exactly. He's Tony. Ultron, Doom is Ultron, but it like, after Tony sat down and read history, he said, oh shit, I got to kill this man. They're the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even count him as a villain. I just, like, when I see him, I'm always like, what did he say? When they tells that joke, oh shit, remember when Ulysses Claus goes to him and he's like, oh, you're one of Stark's, and he cuts his hand off?
Yeah.
Because he's triggered about hearing about his dad. Like, he's just Tony's son. He's a small boy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all Tony DNA, bro. Like, Jarvis interfering with the internet and then going outside. That's all from Tony's mind. That's why, bro, this is why we're really going to see ultimate crud, bro. Everyone else was an Avenger, bro. Even when I think about Zemo, Purple Face, you know what I'm saying? Like Purple Scully from Winter Soldier, you know what I'm talking about? He's trying to avenge Sokovia.
Yeah.
Tony is the, bruv, we got here in 2008 because of Tony Stark, bro.
Yeah.
And I am so glad that, like, it's come full circle, and I really want to know, and it's going to be the same thing again. What happens after this? Because it's got to be full X-Men. Like, we've got to, like, the MCU's definitely done after this, bro. As we know it. Singularly the MCU, where it's only not mutant, but experimental type characters. You know what I'm saying? The mutants and all of the worlds have got to, we need a new sacred timeline come 2027, I believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it won't be a multiverse anymore. Because we cut the multiverse now. Or the multiverse is still there. But we haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't decided. Like, Deadpool's left us in the air, really. He's come to our timeline.
The beauty of it, though.
He's come to our timeline, but there's other timelines. So what? Do you think after this, we're just going to stay on the sacred timeline, and the other timelines are going to intervene with us more. I think we've got to get out of that.
Yeah, I think that's a dead story to me.
And that's what I'm saying. I think
it allows them for leeway.
I think Secret Wars has got to be the end of that.
Okay.
Of the convergence of timelines, because in Secret Wars, if you have all of the Spider-Men, all of the all of the Iron Men, like you have every variant of Iron Man, the Tom Cruise Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? Every variant and all of that, and then they have that war and it ends. We then present a new world. In that new world, I'm saying you've got mutants. You've got, you know what I'm saying? You've got everything. And then we start it again calmly, like we're in 2008 again. And then maybe, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. With what you're saying, like, boom. Secret War happens, everyone comes to the sacred timeline, and then they say they're stuck there. But you still got the other timelines happening parallelly.
And then, see,
parallelly,
the thing is, I think what we need to create is something that blocks us
boom,
from now, interfering with the multiverse. So, a new omnipotent power comes in, and maybe this is something that Galactus can help us with, or one of them. Like, I know they don't in the comic books, but it would be good if it was like something that's like, all right, enough. Like, we've had the Watcher, we've had the Man Who Remains, you've got to bring someone in who's like, yo, you man have done enough, bro.
Who's the person that works with Madam Web to do
the Beyonder? The Beyonder puts them on Secret Wars. So if the Beyonder comes back and kills himself to say, you man can never affect another timeline again. This is what we've got to work. This is what we need. This is what we need.
I think like Endgame is the pivotal point where it was like Thanos was right, we fucked it up, and this is where we gotta like fix everything, and this is where everything else happens. Because that went over, people said, like, that actually went over the Avengers' head. So the fact that they didn't even clock that, and even as readers and watchers, you didn't even understand that, this is the perfect time to go over it, and this is with the repercussions of, like, having the end game. Because Thanos balanced things out. Bruv, Thanos even brings out the flicker. Yo, balance. He explains. But we're so fixated on this, then the outcome, guess what? We're going with the outcome. This is the repercussions of it. Now we change everything again. And this is where I feel like Deadpool is the perfect person, the perfect hero, anti-hero, villain, whatever you look at it, to balance things out, because it takes an extreme to fix an extreme, because Thanos balanced everything out. With all the heroes in the world, in the planets, nothing was right. Thanos, everything was right. You guys retconned it with Endgame, so now we gotta bring it back.
So you're saying that Deadpool killed Dr. Doom?
I'm not saying, I don't know that. What I'm saying is, it takes an extreme to fix an extreme. Because if it takes a person, right, think of, bro, we go back to, what's the planet where Thanos throws a thing off the cliff, yeah? And she said, oh, you lose because you don't love anyone. He said, oh, my child, you're the only person I love. Throw you off the cliff. It took a guy who snapped the whole universe to sacrifice his whole thing to throw your child.
Doom wins.
To thing. Bro.
That's the end. I'm telling you right now. I guarantee it. I can put money on this right now.
On Secret Wars.
Doomsday. Whatever. No, not Doomsday. Secret Wars. Doom's got to win. Doom's got to win. Doom is going to create the thing that destroys the... Doom's got to create the multiverse. You see the thing that Kang created it so he could bounce through universes? Doom's got to create the ultimate atom that destroys all universes. And when he destroys it, it makes one universe. That's what happens. And the reason why I say this happens is because Tony started it, making the thing. So that means Doom on the reverse has got to end it.
And that's with Tony as well. Being Doom.
Is there another Doom we don't know about? I'm asking you a question. Is there another Doom we don't know about? So it's definitely him, yeah? So yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how I would balance it. In 2008, Tony made the first suit. 2027, Doom makes the first bomb. It works. Like, because I think about it and it's like, they made Thanos win because Thanos has to win. The Russo brothers understand the truth behind story. So if they're going in, Doom has to win. That has to end the MCU and start the MCU again. That's it. They've got to close the book, bro. Like, I know because we live in a comic book world that we think it can continue forever, but the narratives, the story arcs end. Do you know what I'm saying? Even in Marvel, they go for a long time and they end. And that was the issue. That's why we were saying back in the day, yo, stop it at Endgame. Endgame's got to be the end. Like, you can't have a continuously forever running narrative. And you're like, oh, but they've got in the they don't. It stops in the comic book and they do something else with the same characters. That's what's got to happen. So I'm saying you let legitly Robert Downey end this Jr. and this thing, bro. You get him an Oscar for Secret Wars. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the first Marvel Oscar that should be given, bro. Think about it. Robert Downey Jr. started it in 2008. Goes through his bad career, goes through the hardness through his career, comes back, becomes Iron Man, shells for 30 years, does his Christopher Nolan movie in Oppenheimer, does bare other shit in between, returns as the villain, wins. We've never seen this before in cinematic history. Wins, and then it's done. And then the universe continues with whatever you want to do. But I feel like at that point, Marvel will actually have steady footing and know, oh, we can make movies like this forever. Do you know what I'm saying? And not be all up and down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't be so, oh, I've got this idea like we've been through in the last 3-4 years. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's got to end with Doom. Like, and when I say end, I don't mean end forever. There will be more Marvel films. But we have to, and they have to all come to, like, then understand. So, we've got to understand the things. Yeah, the thing's got to end.